Everybody wants to go into industrialization, but greenhouses, they emit a lot of harmful carbons that are harmful to our health. And nobody is really taking note of these things. Nobody wants to, okay, as we're advancing, let's make something that if this is causing a problem, immediately is solving this problem because we want to advance, right? And then the bad part, the very saddening part of it is that the two most essential things in human living is what we pollute every day the most: water and air. You can't live without water, and you cannot live without air. But every day, we keep polluting these two things. How are we helping ourselves? We're not helping ourselves at all. And then everybody is thinking of, I want to be a millionaire, I want to be a millionaire. How will you be a millionaire with sick health? No, it's not right at all. And that is why us, as a team of teampreneurs, with aids of our mentor, our principal, our school, and everybody who has been solidly behind us, we came up with 2 devices that can help eradicate this problem, even though not completely. At least it serves as a preventive measure. Am I right, guys? Exactly, because we cannot sit back and then watch our country degrade itself. I mean, Nigeria is already heading in a bad way, and then if us as young children, we see these things and then we're keeping quiet for it, it's not right, because we're going to school, our parents' money is not for waste, obviously. We have to show them that we have something upstairs. We have to show them that we are willing to change the ugly situation of different pollutions, different things that happen in the country today, in the world at large, not just in our country. So we have to show that our brains are not dull. We're not dull students. We have to show that we are active students. So we could not just sit back and then, we're learning chemistry, we're learning physics, and then everything we're learning is going to waste. No, now, haba. We had to use what we've been learning to put it into practice, to make different devices for these problems. I mean, in chemistry, we always learn about water pollution, but it's not enough to just learn about water pollution. You have to sit down, research about it, and think of how you can help your country to eradicate this problem. If not eradicate, at least temporarily solve the problem, because you're helping not just yourself, you're creating impact in the world. Your name will be remembered. I mean, entrepreneurship is basically not just, okay, I have a business, I want to make money. No, you're doing it the wrong way. Entrepreneurship is being able to find a problem in your community, your society, and bringing up innovative ideas or solutions to tackle these problems in our country. So we could not just sit back and watch this happen. No. We had to do something about it. That's why we came up with 2 devices, Aquabot and SenseBox. Aquabot is a water quality monitoring device, while SenseBox is a air quality monitoring device. And I want to hand over the microphone to my colleagues to elaborate more on our devices. Thank you.
Using the WHO, World Health Organization Air Quality Monitoring Index. Its primary job is typically to detect elevated level of harmful particles and chemicals in the air. And when it does this, it relays the information to the user via his smartphone or computer in a very easy format. It is made up of various sensors, microprocessor, and an IoT platform. The sensors include the DHT sensor, which is the temperature and humidity sensor, the MQ135 sensor, which is the air quality monitoring sensor. Its job is to measure harmful particles like PbO2, lead oxide, NO2, nitrogen dioxide, CO2, CO, PM2.5, and various other harmful particles and chemicals in the air, and relays this information to the user, whose number is connected to this device using the GSM module. Our device can also be connected to other smart devices to orchestrate their behavior if the air goes extremely above normal. But its primary job, like I said, is to detect elevated level of harmful particles and chemicals in the air. Thank you.
Over 1.5 billion people die every year due to water pollution. Our device is a smart water quality monitoring device that helps to detect water parameters. It measures water parameters such as the pH of the water, the salinity of the water, the temperature of the water, the turbidity of the water, hardness of the water, and oxygen concentration. Our device is calibrated using the WHO Water Quality Monitoring Index. Our device is made up of various sensors like pH sensor, which tells us the pH sensor and the salinity sensor, the turbidity sensor, which measures the hardness of the water, oxygen concentration, and the amount of suspended particles on the water. It is made up of an LCD screen, which shows when the water is bad. It's made up of a GSM module, which transfers this information to the user of the device when the water quality goes extremely above or below normal. It is also made up of a buzzer that triggers a loud alarm when the water quality goes bad or extremely above or below normal. This is made up of a microprocessor that processes this data when the sensors read the information. After the microprocessor processes the data, it is sent to our IoT platform that puts this data, that shows us this data in an easy way for us to access it and analyze it to send it to the user. Our device senses the water several times in a minute and delivers a 1 minute average value to a connected analytic solution. Our target customers for now are fish farmers. Why? Because we found out that about 2 million children are malnourished now, and people lack vital nutrients in human life. We found out that if we're able to create this device, and most fish farmers in Nigeria are able to use this device, it can reduce the rate of malnutrition drastically. As you all know, most fish farmers, they lose fishes every day, but they don't know the cause of this. They may think it's lack of feed, or even though they know it's bad water quality, they don't know what in particular the water is affected by. They don't know whether it's the salinity, the pH of the water, or the turbidity of the water that is being affected. For example, let's say the pH of the water, the normal range of fish water is meant to be 6.5 to 8.5. The farmer may not know this. So if this pH sensor is able to detect that the water is, let's say, 3.5, it sends a text message to the fish farmer telling him that, okay, the pH is low now, that means it's acidic. He needs to add more water, or he needs to reduce water, whatever he needs to do on that. We know that fish farmers may not understand these parameters and other things related to this, like turbidity of the water, what to do when the turbidity goes above or below normal. So we also created awareness campaigns. We have workshops where we educate farmers weekly or in 2 weeks about water parameters, how to take urgent action when it is needed. Our value propositions to our customers include improved water quality, data analytics, insights, and better understanding. We have two customer packages our customers can choose from. That's one is a pay-as-you-go plan and one is a subscription plan. The pay-as-you-go plan, the customer pays for the device, just pays a one-off fee, buys the device and owns it. That the customer is now in charge of the device, buys the Wi-Fi for themselves, powers the battery by themselves. But if you opt for a subscription plan, we provide the Wi-Fi module, we provide everything you need, the power pack and everything related to the device. The viability of our product is sure, because according to our research, we found out that there's no water quality monitoring device in Nigeria. And even though there is, which we don't know of, we are sure that they don't offer data generation, real-time monitoring data as a service. Our device is local content driven. That means it's made up of normal things that we see in our society every day. Our device is made using IoT, which means Internet of Things. That's making normal things, inanimate objects, valuable, adding internet to them, that you can make a Windows to operate on its own, and things like that.
And with this, we are built to represent Nigeria at the global competition.
The principal, staff, and students of this great institution here in Kwale, FCT, we are so happy to receive you and we are very proud of you, proud of your achievements. And we believe that you are holding the flag very high for our young people, letting the young Nigerians know that the future of our nation depends on them, and that the brightness of our future also depends on them. So we congratulate you for all your accomplishments. You've shown us the awards that you received very recently, and we look forward to your receiving more awards because you are in SS2, you still have 1 more year, so we believe that you do well. And we are urging you that when you go for the global contest that you should come first there. For the sake of our country, and we believe that you deserve it, and we will do everything to support, your efforts. It is important for us to let you know that the Federal Ministry of Science and Technology is working very hard, extremely hard, to make sure that our nation will no longer be depending entirely on commodities, because God blessed us with enormous resources. We are the 6th largest exporter of crude oil in the world. Our natural gas resource is even much higher than the crude oil. And we have virtually all major minerals that any nation needs for her own industrialization. You find them here in Nigeria. And today, not only do we have the largest population in Africa, but we have the largest economy. But we want to do much better than we're doing. We want to make sure that all those who want employment get them, and all those who are poor will have the hope that in the future they will be taken out of poverty, as Mr. President has said. So the Federal Ministry of Science and Technology is working extremely hard to make sure that our economy will now be based on knowledge. And that is where you come in. And that's where we are very happy with what you are doing. Not only are you very creative, very innovative, very inventive, but you're also organizing yourselves. We can see President, Chief Executive Officer, we can see Chief Marketing Officer, we can see Director of Communications, So we are very, very happy that you are already organizing yourselves to now have the companies that will compete with the very best anywhere in the world. Is that correct? So we commend this. We congratulate you enormously. And we also want to assure you that this ministry will give you every support. It is important that the research you have done, and through this research you've been able to invent things that are very great use, that has tremendous application, because you want to monitor the quality of air and then water. And these are two very important things that we need for life to continue in the way that we know it. And it's not only fish farmers that will benefit from this, there are other applications that will come out of this study. We will be directing one of our agencies, NOTAB, to assist you in making sure that your intellectual property is protected by helping you by helping you to patent this innovation. Is very important because if you patent it, you protect it, it will be yours, and then all the utilization that will come out of it, you can benefit tremendously. And this is how all the big companies have grown in the world. It will be difficult to find any major investor showing interest in your innovation or your invention if it is not patented. It is patenting it that gives ownership to you and gives you the protection that you require. And NOTA will do this at no cost, to you or to your school. And we will be asking one of our departments to encourage you, because you mentioned that you need some assistance, some financial assistance that can help you to upgrade these devices so that, and also to improve on the research that you are doing. I know that the school is funding all this research, but I think we should be able to assist the school in doing so. So one of our departments will be giving you 5 million naira to assist you, in this. We believe that this experience will prepare you to go into business when you finish your academic work, because once you are into inventions, it is very important that you make sure that these inventions can now become products and services that are available for everybody to use. And we have seen the richest people in the world, all over the world. Many of them made their money through technology. So we expect that, from this, you are going to be in a position to also make a lot of money for yourselves, help create wealth for our nation, and in the process, you help create jobs, for Nigerians, and help us in the fight to reduce poverty. So this effort is one that you should continue with, and we believe that you will gain a lot from. I would like to use this opportunity to also appeal to our parents, because what you have done is a clear evidence that you have had tremendous motivation, and that you've been working very hard, and that you're also very disciplined. Because if you are not disciplined, if your teachers tell you to do something, you will not do so. So we are appealing to our parents, because the foundation of any society is always the family. And the parents have a very important role to play in making sure that they train their children, they bring up their children, and make them to believe in discipline, that they must be disciplined in whatever anybody does, and that there ought to be motivation, there ought to be commitment, there ought to be determination, there ought to be hard work, and above all, there should be, self-respect. We believe very strongly that these are values that have been with us, for a very long time. It appears as if for some time now, even in our homes, we have been abandoning this, overlooking all this. And this is the time for us as a nation to now go back and rediscover all these values, because they will help us so that it is not just you, it is not just your school. We are going to find many schools like yours not just in Kwali council area, but all throughout the FCT and throughout our 36 states of the Federation. Because when this happens, Nigeria will now be the home of creativity. And when Nigeria becomes the home of creativity, you will see lots and lots of inventions and innovations coming up, and we will be in a position to now produce most of the things that we need. And when we do this, we will meet our needs without relying on importation from other people. And if you do that, you are going to help create jobs. And then the surplus will now be exported to other countries so that we'll create tremendous wealth for our nation. And all the countries that have done this, they've done very well. We see examples everywhere in all the continents, whether it's China, whether it's Japan, whether it's America, whether it's Germany. You see all this, and Nigeria is poised to do the same. And we are banking on you. We rely on you as our young talents, young innovators, young inventors who are preparing the way to lead Nigeria into an era where most of the things that we need in our country for our day-to-day living will be the things that we produce ourselves, whether it's the food we eat, or the clothes we wear, or the houses we live in, or the cars we drive in, whatever it is. We have the capacity. We have the people. I believe we have the people, don't we? Men and women, boys and girls. So you must continue this marvelous achievement that you've made. And you can see that we have brought the whole ministry to receive you. The Honorable Minister of State is here, the Permanent Secretary is here, and our supervisory directors, everybody is here to receive you. That is to show you the importance we attach to you. And we know that if you continue this way, the future will be very bright, not just for you, but for our nation. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We have come to the end of the session.
I feel very happy to come to a ministry, be able to sit before ministers, permanent secretaries, directors, and staffs of the management of science and technology. We created 2 devices to help alleviate 2 major problems in the world today. We created the water quality monitor and the air quality monitor. The air quality monitor senses the environment several times in a minute and delivers a 1-minute average value to a connected analytic solution nearby. It senses various harmful particles and chemicals in the air. It triggers a loud alarm, and an instant notification is sent to the user of the air quality monitor that their email and phone number have to be registered on the device. It sends an instant notification to them when their air quality goes extremely above normal. Okay, we need their support and assistance to help us to take our business to a greater height. We want to make sure that every household in Nigeria is able to have this air quality monitor and water quality monitor. The water quality monitor is not just restricted to fish farming and other things. It can also help households, restaurants. As some people know, they don't know that the water they drink is above the pH level or the salinity level. For fish farmers, people don't know that malnutrition is caused by a lack of basic nutrients. People don't know that fish is a vital nutrient in human life. And this water quality monitor can help to improve the rate of the production of fish farming to close the existing demand supply gap of fish. And this will lead to a drastic reduction in malnutrition in children's life.
For now, our target customers are actually fish farmers. It enables fish farmers to measure their parameters, the water parameters, in order to know if their water is suitable enough for the fishes. Because fish is like the most common source of protein for Nigerians. And if they cannot get this source of protein that is easily accessed and they are getting diseases from it, it's not right. I mean, other sources can be expensive, but like fish is the common one. And the air quality monitoring device, it measures also air parameters. Our devices are also calibrated using the WHO index. That is, we don't just come up with facts just like that. We actually make our researches.